All right, I'm looking at another Fibble. This is a game that's just like Wordle, but on every row, one of the clues is a lie. Let's try this with 6th. I obviously want to end in SH, and then we could do an ISH, or we can also do a T in there. How about, oh, I wanted to do swish, but we can't do the S and the I. We could do the S and an SH. Why does it say there's 2 lies there? That should just be 1 lie, right? Oh, the X, because of the X. I'm using it as a filler. Yeah. So we could do that. Smash. Smash would work. And repeating the letters is good to look for contradictions. Okay. Well, one of the H's is a lie, so we know this is true. Not necessarily, because these could both be true, and this could be a lie. And there would be no H. That would work. If there's one S, so we know this, there is an S. That one has to be, could these both be lies? The only way that works is if there's an S at the beginning, but there has to be another, but there could be, if you do this, again, forget the H, the X's. No, you couldn't have an H. Oh, no, that doesn't work. No, that doesn't work. These can't both be lies because one of these has to be a lie. Duh. So these can't both be lies. And we know there is an S, so this has to be true. And so, yeah, so if there, okay, either this is a lie and this is true and there's an S somewhere else. Or this is a lie and this is true. Is it possible? Can these both be true? They can. There just have to be 2 S's. Yeah. Okay, so we don't really know much about the S's yet. Okay, but we know, I mean, I'm kind of thinking this and the yellow S. Oh, but the yellow S has to be true if you have the H. It's not going to be SSH. You'd have to have, it would have to be this. I'm not really liking that. So I'm kind of thinking this one's not true, actually, which would make that true, which would make that a lie. So all we have is the S. And new letters. Okay. That's fine. We could do, oh, we can't do house, we can't do mouse. I was thinking OUS, but then, I mean, it feels like E is the way to go. We could do double O. We could do loose. That would work. Okay, well, I mean, I feel like this is the lie. Which means we need an O and an E, but the O has to be first or last. Can we do an O there? And then, what, ESO? Or E something SO? I don't know. Otherwise, the O is at the beginning, but I don't know how that's going to work either. So, could this be the lie? And these are true. That's still the lie. Oh, yeah. We could do that. We could do that. And we have an S somewhere else. Okay. Which would then make this true. That works. I don't know why I didn't think that was going to work. Okay. So then we could have the O be the lie. We could do OSO, E, or OES. The problem is where are we, or O here and ES? Or how about obeys? That doesn't obey the rules apparently. Why does that not work? It says 2 lies, but... Oh, the O thing! Some of you are yelling at the screen. This is the whole point of doing the double letters, is to look at the O's. Look at the O's. Look at the O's. Okay. Can these both be true? The answer is no, because the way Wordle works is it colors the first one yellow if there's 2, and neither of them are in the correct place. They can't both be right. One of those 2 is a lie. The rest of these are true. So either this is a lie because there's an O third or no O, right? Or this is the lie because there's 2 O's. So I'm kind of thinking no O, unless we're going to do an O there. But then it gets tricky with the E and the S. E something, O something, S. Is that at all possible? Or peons? Is that how you spell peons? Okay. Okay. So clearly one of these 2 is a lie, but that doesn't really help us much. If these were all true, you'd either have to have... I mean, you could have this. I don't know what else that would work. That would work with that. Well, actually, we could do another N. We could do neons. Okay, well, one of these N's is a lie. One of these O's is a lie. Everything else has to be true. There is an N because of the O. Can we do... No. Oh, wait. Yeah, one of these is a lie. So this can't be a lie. Because that makes this true and this a lie. That would only work if you had this, wouldn't it? Yeah, you could do that, and then no O. No, you'd have to have an O. And you would have to do this. No, because of the O's, you either have an O third or you have no O. So this can't be true. This has to be a lie. But the N is not, so the N has to be third. This is true, this is a lie, this is true, true. The N has to be third, so it's EN something S. That's what it is. Wrens? Okay. Well, this is the lie. So we still have EN something S. Genus with a U. All right, there we go. Well, I should have seen the O thing earlier. I mean, that's the whole reason to do the double letter, is to try and get contradictions like that. But oh well, we got there in the end. It took 6 guesses today, so not so great, but we got there. That's all that matters. So let me know how your solve went. And although I did get on my 6th guess when the starting word was 6th, so maybe that was intentional. Yeah, we'll go with that. Anyways, let me know how your solve went. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more.